I want you to put on your fluffy slippers and start serenading to the glorious squeak of your comfortable chair. Sharpen your pointy elbows, gather around and listen to the gospel of my bullish signals that are as tasty as tea and crumpets. Friends, the power of positive thinking works, and also the power of curses work too. I put my 666th follow onto no other than Gary Gensler, the semen demon himself. I have cursed him and it is working. I made him my 666th follow. It imposed an irreversible voodoo curse on him for life. For life. Don't ask me how to get rid of it because he's done nothing good. The SEC has done literally nothing good for me to even contemplate. How could we reverse such an evil, dark curse? Since then, the SEC lost to Grayscale for corruption, lost to Uniswap for scam token listing. Even though they're kind of working with Uniswap to try to take on the whole industry because they're fake DeFi in the first place. How do you lose with the guys you're working? The curse. It has to be the curse. There's no other reason. There are more things to go on the list. They are taken on Coinbase. Just to let you know, friends, the judge that ruled for the scam token listing on Uniswap, the judge that helped Uniswap win, fake DeFi Uniswap, is the same judge on the Coinbase case. Isn't that fantastic to see that there is some consistency? Thank you to the legal system of the United States of America for defending the rights of the people. Even though I see some chomos walking around after like a week, and if you tie your left shoe too tight, they'll lock you up for 16 years. It's great to see the legal justice system work. Also, I'm very aware that I'm just a retailer in the justice system, just like how everybody else sees crypto and they just see the red candles on a linear chart. Everyone says, crypto's a scam, crypto's a scam. So retailers say that, but I'm a retailer in the legal world, and so are most of you. There are more cases to come. We have Binance. Some say Binance. There is Ricardo Corazon. There are more altcoins. Solana, Cardano, Polygon. There are more to come. This was a 666th following. Never going away. Not going to stop till this guy's gone. And I really enjoyed. This is exactly what I'm imagining in my head, friends. The imaginary little voodoo, the poking the little doll. And it's fascinating to see, friends, 99% of us are always positive, and then there's someone who comes in to be a party pooper, Mr. Stranger with his anonymous avatar saying, well, it's a mistake. 6666 will give him more satanic power. Mr. Stranger, if you're listening out there, I'd like you to know, sir, I've read a lot of your comments, and you gotta do one positive one from time to time. I am sick and tired of reading all your negative comments. And change your anonymous avatar. You know who you would suit perfectly? You should change your avatar to Shadow from the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. Shadow is an arch rival of Sonic, but also serves as an ally. So you got to change your picture there for us to start taking you seriously. And speaking of seriously, we're going to take this bull market serious because we have a lot of positive news still around the corner. Even though the prices were going down and we've all lost our minds previously, there's so many things to do. There is the Bitcoin halvening pre-rally, of course, because the market price is in the future. They're just waiting for the confirmation. We also have 1 year of Ethereum burning. If you go to the website, ultrasound.money, you can see that Ethereum has burned, look at this, 833,000 Ethereum in the year. That is huge, by the way. If you just assume that they were going to dump that at $2,000, oh my lord, $1.6 billion has been going off the market that will never get dumped. And then it gets rerouted into yield. So it's fantastic to see. Just to let you know as well, in the macroeconomics world, when the US Fed imposes an interest rate change or QE, it takes about 12 to 18 months to seep in. Now, Ethereum and the Ethereum Foundation, they implemented the EIP burning mechanism in September of 2022. It's almost been 1 full year since that. So I believe it's time for it to start moving. It would be quite amazing if it coincided with the Bitcoin spot ETF and everything started going up. And why I love this, by the way, no one in crypto has ever mentioned anything like this. No one has said, oh, it's been 12 months since the burning. I've been talking about this since literally the burning period itself, since September 2022. And that's why I like it, because this would be a fascinating scene if it just started rallying for no reason and nobody knew why. And everybody just made up a scenario out of the blues. They just said, well, it's going up just because people like gray diamonds now. Don't forget, friends, highest value content in crypto. Like, subscribe, belly button and all. Press my belly button, press your belly button, and we will continue for more. We still have real world assets coming into crypto because they're better than the other things they have available. The yields are eventually going to change. That's why it is important to watch the US bonds. Now, this is the bond futures. I know it gets a bit confusing for people who are not in there, but when the bonds go down, that means the yields are going up because the price of the bond is going down. But I could chart and show you the actual yield itself. And you can just go to TradingView and type in US10Y, US10Y, and there you go. So you can see the 10-year yield is 4.11%. It actually looks like it's kind of like, double topping, are you? But I mean, you can't really do TA on these. Who really knows? See, this is important because when these yields are this high, the trillions of dollars out there, they have no incentive to come and punt into crypto because they're making their nice little income throwing it around. So if you had, if you had $100 million out there, you're getting 4.1 million sitting in the US Treasury. But what about this? What if you have a $4.1 million lifestyle? What if the yield goes down to 3% on the US bond? But they don't even have to cut rates, mind you. I got to repeat, they don't even have to cut rates. This is the US 10-year. The US 10-year is one of the most efficient, biggest pricing mechanisms of markets in the world. And if this bond really wants to, so this will be the bond rallying. So on that previous chart, it will be the bond price going up, this yield going down. If it wants to go down here, it will. And it will be, as it's happening, you will see news come out saying, the economy is now being priced by the market for more cuts coming faster than they expected, or unemployment rate's going to shoot up, or something's going on, China's blowing up. They'll attach some narrative. It doesn't really matter. The price will move first. They're not going to wait for a news and then move. Okay, this thing will move first, and then the journalists will go, why is the 10-year moving? That's what's going to happen. So if you had a lifestyle that needed $4.1 million on your 100 million, and it went down to 3 million, you're like, what? How am I going to make up that extra 1.1 million? And there you go. That's where they start seeking a bit of higher risk returns. That's when they start indulging a bit. They go, how about I throw stuff in this Bitcoin? I can make it, think about it, friends. Just think about this, okay? If you're missing 1 million and you have 100 million and you just thought Bitcoin was going to do a 2x, think about that. All you had to do from your 100 million in bonds, all you got to do is just literally allocate a tiny 4 million. That's nothing. It can even be less than that. Really, all you needed to do would be allocate 1 million. That's all you need to do. You allocate 1 million to Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin does a 2x, you've now made plus 1 million. And that makes up the difference of what you lost completely. So you were making 4 million in the old world, but if the bonds go down, now you're making 3 million in the bonds, and you're making 1 million because you just put in 1 million worth of Bitcoin. There you go. But now you've found a Bitcoin buyer. Isn't it beautiful and fantastic that me and you can join and unite in the power of friendship? We've also got other ones, friends. There is social finance. Now, of course, FriendTech has taken a hit on volume, but we all knew it would, friends. We all knew it would. Man, it's 2 weeks old. What can you do in an alpha version? Coders have to code. The devs need to sleep. They got to eat their vegetables. They got to eat chocolate. But there's more features coming. What I like about FriendTech is that everybody knows the name now, and there's cute bunny ears. It will be fascinating if they were to put in the right upgrades. I think it needs a subscription feature. I would like a subscription feature because I'm in a lot of Telegram groups, and let me tell you something. If you put your friend Sammy little equivalent group with all the features, I ain't using Telegram to talk to anyone. I'm going to my people, my group, highest value there. They'll be back and forth. Everyone gets to learn. That's where I want to go. If you put this financial thing, now why don't I do it now? There's a lot of snakes and scammers who come in. That's why. And it takes a lot of time. But if they build the tools here for you, and then you just bring everybody in and everyone's got a crypto wallet, well, guess what? Everybody's filtered. Think about this idea. If everyone knows how to use an Ethereum wallet, MetaMask, and install everything, and then they're in your FriendTech, well, literally 95% of everything you got to do on blockchain is already done. You already know how to do it. And then you have already filtered for everybody who's like super newbie, and like it actually forces people to learn, okay, what's this? What's Ethereum? What's a bridging thing? Isn't this fantastic? The world of crypto is coming together. We also have mid-curve DeFi Ponzi's. This is like the yield token stuff, but this is where people are going to get destroyed during these because like there are people who they're arguing over like making an extra 2% on their Ethereum when everybody else is trying to make a 500% on their Ethereum because you deploy your Ethereum into an altcoin and it goes up 500%. But, you know, I guess people with like $100 million portfolios, they're going to enjoy this. You also have Asia, China cracking down. You have BlackRock ETF. Remember the China, they might have to stimulate. I still think they're going to wake up one day and they do it. I remember, friends, I used to trade traditional markets, and I'll tell you something right now. China don't tell you anything is coming. You just wake up one day and they go, China have cut the interest rates. And you're like, what the hell happened? They don't talk to anybody. They don't care. They live in their own little bubble. And it's a very, very big bubble, mind you. And they just do their own thing. And that's what we like. Please, we want to be surprised to the upside. We don't want the insiders. We already got that in the US markets and the stock market. We don't want all this like insider stuff happening. It's nice to be mildly surprised to the upside. And on the topic of the Bitcoin, BlackRock, BlackBerry ETF, there is actually a guy named James Seyffart. I did not make this up. James Seyffart has increased his odds from 65% to 75% for a chance of a BlackBerry Bitcoin spot ETF approval. Yes, Mr. Seyffart, he's one of the experts on the ETFs, and they have their own writings here, and they're basing it off the core and what they spoke about with Gary Gensler. So what Mr. Seyffart is saying is because the judge used very clear and direct language with respect to the Grayscale case, there is literally nowhere for the corrupt SEC to turn now. But, you know, I'm going to remain skeptical, friends. You know how, look, it's fair is fair. Everybody remains skeptical about crypto, saying it's all a Ponzi scam, which kind of is, right? Well, we're going to remain skeptical about the legal system because it's one thing for us to see some judge saying, oh, wow, it's easy. Here's the law, 1, 2, 3. It's another thing to say that, and then you look around, you see child molesters walking around after 4 weeks, and somebody ties their left shoe the wrong way, and they're in jail for 6 years. So I have no faith in it. I hope it works great for us this time because we're just this cute little Wojak just running around with little Bitcoin shirts trying to support the whole industry. And it's great that the odds have increased. I really do believe they have nowhere to go now. If they want to take ultimate power, they have to give us the Bitcoin spot ETF fast because they get to keep Gary Gensler, the clown, they get to keep him in there. If they have to remove him, then they've obviously got to swing the pendulum so far hard the other way that it might be too much of a renaissance, whoever they introduce. Imagine they introduce somebody who says, you know what, Richard Hart, not a Ponzi dealer. Polygon, not a Ponzi. Cardanzo, not a Ponzi. None of these are securities. In fact, I'm going to drop the charges with Binance. Imagine they did something like that. That would be way too risky. They really got to have somebody on the inside if they're giving them that much power. And I love seeing the comments for you as well. So Shapeshifty says, Seyffart. What say you, friends? Please, that's why we want to battle it out in the comments. Is it Seyffart or is it Seyffart? This is the question of our times. We're going to grow up, tell our grandchildren this. If you have grandchildren already, congratulations to you. This is the stuff we're going to be battling about in the future. Also, Jack knows Trojan Horse. Exactly. It all makes sense. But because we're monkeys, we'll take it. That's the best part, friends. That's the best part. When you know something's a Trojan Horse, look, there's two types of people in this world, all right? One, people who know conspiracy theories aren't actually conspiracy and they're real, but then they just give up. And then there's the second type of person who is aware conspiracy theories aren't actually conspiracy and they're real, but we play it to our advantage. When life throws you lemons, you got to squeeze out some lemonade, put on your chicken schnitzel, and just remember that's exactly what you are. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Tell mom and dad we still love and appreciate them. I'm going to catch you in the next one.